Good morning and welcome to Chillie's, or welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News. This is Chillie Falls with Chillie's Cruises. And folks, this is the second time I've done this today. I did this earlier in case if some of you saw it when it first was posted. You may or may not have realized the technical issues with the title and description was from 2 live streams ago, and I'm not sure what happened with that whole business. But anyway, so I tried to fix it and couldn't, and ended up just bailing out, basically. So at any rate, the reason that I'm doing this is there was a breaking story last night that I felt was well worth doing a special broadcast today. If you remember back to last Tuesday, I reported, as well as a number of sources in Puerto Rico, a number of the network sources, the New York Times, the Washington Post, USA Today, all had the story about Royal Caribbean Cruise Line bailing out of Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and canceling as many as 90 cruise ship visits. It was my lead story on Tuesday, and it was literally everywhere. My friend Bruce had it on his show, Traveling with Bruce. Just everybody had the story. Well, Royal Caribbean yesterday came out on their internal blog and have issued statements to travel agents, basically saying that the local news reports from Puerto Rico that the cruise line will halt many scheduled visits to the island are incorrect. In a statement to travel agents, Royal Caribbean issued the following statement. Royal Caribbean reviews and adjusts itineraries and deployments every year. The rumors regarding cancellations of sailing departing between April 2020 and March 21st from San Juan are incorrect. We have not canceled any of our ships visiting or homeporting in San Juan. Though we may have not yet announced our full 2020-2021 deployment, we do expect fewer calls from San Juan for the 2021-2022 season, and we will be able to provide more details once we have announced those itineraries. No decisions regarding deployment beyond those dates have been made. On Tuesday, some news outlets in Puerto Rico and was picked up by a number of agencies, literally worldwide, began reporting Royal Caribbean was planning to cancel 90 calls to San Juan for the 2020-2021 season. And like I say, I was one that did that. My friend Bruce was one. The New York Times was another. Washington Post was another. And basically what they're telling us now is that was all incorrect. So Royal Caribbean now says that's not the stories about cancellations were in fact nothing more than rumors. So that's the latest from Royal Caribbean. It was widely considered a real possibility that Royal Caribbean was planning on, rather than letting these thousands of passengers off of their cruise ships and spend money in San Juan, that they were just going to give an extra day in Coco Key where they have total control of the money that's spent by the passengers. I didn't particularly agree with that part of the story. I thought it was more likely that the increase in fees, passenger fees, that Puerto Rico was charging was probably the reason for it. And then I found out that that's not all that great, and it's a matter of fact that it will be a matter of money that will help Puerto Rico considerably. But it's not going to affect the prices on cruises tremendously. So anyway, Royal Caribbean is saying, no. These were these statements of canceling 90, some 90 cruises stopping at San Juan were untrue. So that's it. If you're new to this channel, we regularly discuss travel and cruise industry news on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays at 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Eastern Standard Time now. And this is a special broadcast, which we do when something major happens. This I felt was major, plus it's a correction of something I reported last week. If you're also new to this channel and you see that I'm stumbling around a little bit with my presentation, we have a new system that we're using. StreamYard is my streaming partner on my broadcast now. I've just started them a little over a week ago, and I'm not totally used to the system. And I keep adding a few little things like some of you'll notice over here, up there, I've added my logo that's now part of the live stream. I was able to stick a few pictures of Puerto Rico in during the broadcast, and I'll finish with an outro, which has been taped. So we're making some improvements. I'm getting used to the system. I'm not totally set yet on how to do all of this. Many of you know that I have not been home for the last week. My niece is in New Zealand, so I was out pet sitting for her. And part of that was staying out at the horse farm, which is one of our clients, which I was at the horse farm until actually yesterday afternoon. So it's good to be back home again. You know, good to sleep in my own bed last night, and now back to trying to set up and get my physical setup around my desk here to my liking with this new system. So if any of you are interested in streaming, I highly recommend StreamYard. And if you look down, we'll see a camera over here, down there in the description, there'll be a link. There is a free system. You can start streaming with no cost. I did go for one of the paid systems, and I am considering expanding to the professional, which has cost me a little bit more money, but it does allow multi-streaming, among other things. Currently, this is being live streamed, if I did it right, on YouTube and on my Facebook newsfeed. If you go to the professional system, you can go add more multi-streams to your setup, including like my Facebook page for my Chillie's Cruises. We live stream there. You can live stream on Periscope. There's several other places that you can go live. But anyway, the Facebook and YouTube are the two main ones, and that's where I am. So, and as always, folks, if you are new, welcome aboard. Like I say, we're here on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday mornings at 6 a.m., and then it goes up as a video almost immediately, so you can always check back with what's happening in the area of travel and cruise industry news. And as always, if you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that, in fact, somebody's watching, and we always appreciate that. Well, that's about wraps it up for today. I will be back with you guys tomorrow morning for our regularly scheduled broadcast. And, of course, in between, if anything else happens between now and then. So for now, this is Chillie Falls. That about wraps up today's travel and cruise industry news. We hope to see you next time. We meet here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This broadcast was produced by Chillie's Cruises and hosted by me, Chillie Falls.